Hi, good evening. Carve Solokol. Studio audience here, and we've been joined by the former Wales captain, Ashley Williams. Great to see you, Ash. Right, Carve, let's get straight to it. Breaking news in the last half an hour. Tell us.
Yes, Arsenal have made a bid for the Aston Villa striker, Ollie Watkins. That bid has been rejected. It's expected that Arsenal are going to go in with an improved offer. Now, this story was first reported by Sami Botbal in the Daily Mail, and he has dug up some interesting information because he says that back in 2020, when Ollie Watkins was at Brentford, he gave an interview in which he said that it was always his dream to play for Arsenal, and apparently Thierry Henry was his hero when he was growing up. Now, that may well be the case, but that doesn't mean that Aston Villa are going to be selling him to Arsenal for their club to sign a new striker because they believe they need a striker to win the title. The story is a little bit complicated, though, because Aston Villa have got two number 9s, effectively, who are in demand. There's Ollie Watkins, there's also John Duran. West Ham have been trying to sign him. They put in a bid, that was rejected. Now, Al Nassr, the Saudi club where Cristiano Ronaldo is playing, they are trying to sign a striker as well. They had basically agreed a deal to sign Victor Boniface from Bayer Leverkusen. He was packing his bags and getting ready to fly to Riyadh, but at the last minute, Al Nassr have switched their sights to John Duran at Aston Villa. He would cost them something like 70, 80 million pounds. Now, there is no way that Aston Villa are going to let both those players leave. So I'm being told that it's unlikely that Arsenal will get Ollie Watkins, especially if John Duran ends up going to Saudi Arabia. And I'm pretty sure that Aston Villa's position is Ollie Watkins is not for sale. He's got another 3 years left on his contract. Why would we sell him to one of our rivals near the top of the table?
What do you make of the timing? A couple of hours before Aston Villa play a really important game, and there's a bid put in for one of their most important players.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Do you know what? The actual the bid makes sense. I understand why Arsenal would want a player like Ollie Watkins. I think he fits the system. He's exactly what they need. But the timing of it is bizarre. I think it's going to get Aston Villa's backs up a little bit. And if you say Arsenal are coming back in, then we'll see what happens. But from Aston Villa's point of view, they won't want to lose, in my opinion, either of those two strikers. I think we've seen so many games this season where Watkins has started and John Duran's come off the bench and scored important goals. To compete on a couple of fronts like they are, they need two really top-class strikers, which they've got at the minute.
What is he, 29, Ollie Watkins? Does it seem a lot of money for a 29-year-old, which has already been rejected?
I mean, Arsenal have got a long-term interest in Ollie Watkins. They're long-term admirers of the player. And we've always been saying that short-term and long-term targets will be considered in this transfer window. They cannot get a domestic player on loan in this transfer window because they've already used up their 2 loans in Neto from Bournemouth and Raheem Sterling from Chelsea. So it was going to have to be a permanent deal that they'd have to go for. Ollie Watkins clearly is someone that they like, and they've gone big with this bid. But the cynic in me is kind of wondering, look,